So recently, there has been a major shakeup taking place with the NFL Network, with multiple on-air names being let go, most notably Michael Irvin, and well-known shows like Total Access being cancelled. Many are wondering what the heck is going on here. The NFL is coming off a season where it had their best ratings ever, and at a time of record revenue. So with that in mind, why the hell would you be laying people off right now? Well, there's one reason that comes to mind: corporate greed rules all. Why else do you think Peacock got a playoff game last season?
Hello, I like money.
However, when I thought about it more, there's another reason that came to mind, and having paid attention to some of the headline that's been going around with sports media these past couple of months, if you put two and two together, it starts to make sense. What do I mean by that? Well, I think there's a real possibility that the NFL Network could be shutting down in the near future. And if it's not shutting down, then I'm very sure it's going to be looking a lot different. Why is that, you might ask? Well, enter ESPN. You may have seen a report a couple months ago stating how multiple leagues, including the NFL obviously, were expressing interest in taking an equity stake in ESPN. Well, that's important to look back upon because as of right now, all signs point to that happening with the NFL. Some industry insiders even have stated that an agreement is all but signed. And when you consider what's happening with the NFL Network currently, doesn't this start to make some sense? Why would a league with record revenue be laying off people from their own brand? Because right now, the NFL has the shot of getting their hands on a much bigger network. And if the NFL is working directly with ESPN then, well, in the eyes of the NFL Network basically becomes worthless. Now look, it needs to be stated that I do not support this, because God knows what kind of Pandora's box we'd be opening if we let the NFL and other leagues take control of sports journalism. And look, I've never had the NFL Network, but I'm aware that many like it more than the likes of Fox Sports 1 and ESPN, which, having seen both of those networks, I can understand why that's the case. But from a business perspective, I get why this is happening. The NFL cares most about revenue and profit. It's the reason Roger Goodell has lasted as long as he has, despite the fans having a temper tantrum anytime the product ends up looking like shit. And to be fair, there's a lot of times that happens, and most times it's valid. However, the NFL cares most about profit and revenue, and if the NFL sees an opportunity to make more money, well, they're gonna take it. My big question though regarding this is what happens with the likes of Good Morning Football and Red Zone. Granted, I have no doubt Red Zone will be staying regardless of who the owner is, it's just that popular, but Good Morning Football is already going through some turmoil and uncertainty, which lines up very well with the timeline the NFL Network is currently heading towards. It's going to be very interesting to see how all of this pans out. There's a good chance I'm just overreacting to all of this, and to be fair, I am a guy who overreacts a lot, but I don't know. The signs are there that something drastic is going to happen real soon with the NFL Network. And you know what, it's just worth talking about, because it feels like sports media is about to go through a major shakeup within the next year. Regardless, last thing I want to say is I highly recommend watching Brandon Perna's video on the topic, because he goes into a lot more depth than I did about the situation and the state of mainstream sports media in general. And besides, it's Brandon Perna, you know you're getting an entertaining video, so check him out.